Hello and welcome to Board Game Gumbo. Today we're going to be unboxing Football Highlights 2052 from Eagle Gryphon Games. This is a game for 1 to 4 players that plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. It involves card play and a little bit of deck construction. Alright, so we have our rule book here, and then a couple player aids. And here are the boards themselves, which are double-sided. It's very handy. We have some chipboard here. Game uses leaderboards, scoreboards for play, and also has pennants from different football teams. And they're definitely well made, very thick, a little difficult to get out, but not terribly. You've got some pieces to put together your scoreboards, and then some little footballs, which are basically score trackers. Red for one player and blue for the other. I'll have to paint some laces onto these guys so they look more like footballs, but that's pretty cool. And the rest of the game is going to be cards. So the way this game plays is each player is going to have a deck of cards, and they're going to have a certain number of those cards in their hand. And they're going to choose to play those cards for either offense or defense. So the first player, the starting player, their first card will have to be an offensive card. And they'll play that card to their board. Facing towards their opponent like so. So if you play that card there, you are using a passing play. That's what blue is. Blue is passing on the left side of the field for up to 10 yards. Your opponent will then choose a card to play in response. The interesting thing is that the card you play, so if this is the second player's card that they plan to play, they'll play it on top like this, and then you'll resolve the card, but this card will become that player's next offensive play. So not only is he using this for defense against the card that was just played, but he's also using this for his next offensive card. So there's an interesting balance there between using your cards to defend and using your cards for offense as well. So if this was the cards that were played, you've got a 10-yard play and then a defensive play as well. Because this defensive play matches the location of the football for the offensive play, and because it's the same color, it will essentially cancel out that play. And you won't gain any yardage. The footballs are used over here to track your yardage. And you'll start at the 45, and in 5-yard increments, you'll try to make your way to a touchdown. But let's say that this was the offensive card that was played, and then this was the defensive card. So the defensive card, first of all, it's a run defense. It's not a pass defense. So this offensive card is going to succeed. When an offensive card succeeds, you get the number of yards, but you also draw an additional card from the deck that can add yardage to your play. Now, if one of these helmets was over here instead, you would still subtract 5 yards. Even though this is a run play, it's not going to defend, but because there's a helmet there, you will subtract 5 yards from the play. And that's essentially the whole game. You're going to be playing those cards back and forth. over a course of 10 rounds, or 10 card plays, I should say, trying to score as many touchdowns as you can. And then you'll go to the second half and you'll play again. Now, when you switch from the first to the second half, there is a bit of deck construction. You are allowed to add cards to your deck, and those are placed out and essentially drafted by the players. There's also audible cards, which is another rule, but it's not necessary for understanding the game in general. So that's it. That's everything you get with Football Highlights 2052. This was a Kickstarted game. On Kickstarter, it was $33. I'm actually not certain what the retail price will be, but if it looks interesting to you, then check it out at your local gaming store. If you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe below. And if you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you.